So this is just a moment for some thanks, but also for some reflection. And I thought it was important to bring our Vice Chair, Ibukan, onto that, but also at the last minute I've asked Shannon as well, so well done for saying yes. Because it's important to hear different voices and different reflections on this very intense day and a half. But Ibukan, can I start with you? What's sort of in your mind now as you bring this to a close?
Okay, first is to thank everyone for believing enough to make the trip here. Because working in this space, in my consideration, is not the easiest place to shine. Because it's a matter of the heart, and any assignment that's a matter of the heart is a bit heavy on the shoulder. Because for every unfulfilled agenda that you see, there's pain and disappointment, possibly. And I shudder to imagine what Sir Ronald Cohen's heart feels like, and the entire team that's built this in the last 10 years, in how they felt from the dream to reality. There's excitement of seeing it grow this far, but I know we're not wherever it is they envision that we're going. So that's still a weight. But even in the midst of that is to imagine walking through this congregation in the last 2 days and seeing the shared aspirations, the shared thoughts, the dreams, the encouragement, the fears, the hopes, and realizing that everyone has a story. And for most people, it's a story that drives them. I remember speaking to a lady yesterday who said she was an investment banker working in one of the top institutions, or a lawyer working in a major law firm, actually. But she felt she could do better changing lives, creating a platform that allows a lot of the smaller organizations trying to deliver impact to have a platform that creates a shared voice for them. That it's been tough and rough in the last 10 months or so since she's been on it, trying to find the support to get it to the next level. She had a comfortable career and a job, but she gave it up for something that was bigger and a matter of the heart for her. And I listened to so many such stories. But the beauty of it is, I realize this is a congregation where cross-pollination takes place. It's the beauty of why we gather. The shared thoughts, the encouragement, the lifting of hands, the collaboration, the opportunities, the help from the left to the right, from the north to the south. The fact that at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what the color of your skin is, or what part of the bank balance section you belong to, or where we all come from. What the GSG Summit has shown me in the last 2 days, we're all human beings. And when the chips are down, that's the most important thing. And what are we doing when we gather? We're fighting for other human beings and to make the world a better place. We can never go wrong doing that. So thank you for your part in it.
Yeah, thank you. Ibukan, thank you. Spoken beautifully as always. Shannon, I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for everything you've done over the last day now, but also as a hugely valued trustee of GSG.
Thank you.
We'd love to hear your reflections.
Thank you. It's hard to go after Ibukan. I love hearing your reflections, and it's always so inspirational. I think for me, I'm feeling an enormous amount of gratitude to be here amongst all of you. I think every time that we gather for these sorts of things, this energy that you feel and this common foundation, even though we come from such different places, such different countries, it's always easy to build off of that because it feels like we have these goals in common, these ideas that we're striving for. So it makes me feel very much like I'm part of a community, even though I haven't met the vast majority of you. So I feel that gratitude, and that's a big part of what I'm feeling. On the other side, there's a lot of responsibility as well, and I'm aware that it's a huge privilege to be here, and that we're representing others, and in our case, it's Latin America. And it can be hard sometimes to, represent something that's so diverse, people that are living in conditions that are completely different from what we're living or what we're seeing and experiencing here. It's part of the reason we're excited to bring people, the GLM in particular, the leadership of this movement, to Costa Rica with this idea of let's try to experience something different, and let's try to experience a little bit, one example of some of the things that we're living on the ground, so that we can have a taste of that as we continue with our big ideas and all of this that's very necessary in terms of how do we guide this movement. But we definitely cannot forget. So I think that what I would encourage you to do is, as we go back, continue, bring all this excitement and all this passion that's been awakened and all these ideas, and I think that we all return super energized. But try to find those spaces where you can go back to the ground, try to connect to those that we're actually helping, reach out to those of us that are, in countries where we see this day in, day out. That's part of the advantage of this community, is that we have that richness represented within our NABs. And I know that all of us in emerging country NABs would be very happy to help provide some of those experiences for you as well. So I guess that's would be my encouragement. And again, just thank you so much for everything that you are doing.
Yeah, thank you so much, Shannon. Beautifully said. Beautifully said. So the ball rolls down the line to me. I've got to say some thanks. I need to say some thanks to all the names on this board, because we can't do this without your support. And some of those names have been there for a long time. Some of them are new. We thank you all, because without your support, this opportunity wouldn't have happened. People would not be going from here to the bar or the airport, buzzing with ideas and contacts and enthusiasms and desire for action. And I think the ripple effect of this summit is going to be very powerful because of the energy that has been sprung from all these connections. Thank you to everyone on that board. Thank you for coming. Ibukan and Shannon have said it, but some people have come a very long way. We have a large delegation from Latin America who's felt the love, but we've had a delegation of, I think, 10 from China who want to be part of this family. This is truly something extraordinary that is happening, but it happens because of you, your turning up, your ability to inspire, enthuse, learn from others. So thank you for coming, and we will see you again for sure at some point in 2024. Thank you to everyone who has made these day and a half happen. Please put your hands together and show your appreciation. It would be wrong not to thank one individual whose name keeps coming up, but Ronnie. To some degree, all of us have been Ronnied. It's a new word. If you haven't been Ronnied, you will be. And Ronnie, without you and your leadership, charisma, and enthusiasm, many of us would not have been on this journey. Many of us would not be here doing what we can to pursue your vision. And we thank you. So my personal reflection as a new chair, yes, I reflect on the extraordinary energy that I felt over the last day and a half, I reflect on, as we've discussed before, how extraordinary this is, because I really think it's unusual for reasons we've discussed. And we're at this moment in time now where we will continue to grow. We've welcomed 5 or 6 new family members at this summit. Many more want to join. We will continue to grow, but it's time to reflect on why and the difference and the impact that we want to make. And it's hard. And we can congratulate ourselves on really extraordinary progress, but we all know we are still very far from the destination. And the destination is ambitious. It's a world, it's about changing the way that investment and business decisions are taken in one of the most important systems in our global economy, the financial system. And that's what we're trying to change. We're trying to integrate impact into that decision-making process, that triple lens that others have talked about. This is hard because there is so much inertia, and you all individually in your countries are fighting that inertia, challenging that inertia, leading in trying to take the conversation forward to the next stage, which is what I feel we do very well. Yes, of course it's great. There's $40–50 trillion of ESG assets under management, but surely we're in a world where doing less harm is no longer good enough. Surely when we're in a world where we should be enabling investment to flow for positive impact. And yes, of course, it's welcome that we're now talking about global standards for sustainability disclosure. But surely that's not enough. And that's why we're working ahead of the conversation to where we think it needs to go, which is serious consideration of putting a value on impact, the ultimate game changer. And I think that's part of our value to the conversation, our restlessness in wanting to take the conversation forward. Because as many have said, time is against us. We're a few years away from a key year of accountability, 2030, and we're way off track. And what we're doing feels really, really important. It can be lonely, it can be very difficult, and events like this are enormously important in providing that courage and conviction, commitment, inspiration, information for you to take back to your countries to put into to action. And the key word is collaboration. This is why we built this family and this community. It's about the power of collaboration. And one of the sessions I missed, which I'm really cross about, was apparently an amazing session about neuroscience and artificial intelligence, where I gathered you were telling me this, the main message is that the human brain is capable of adapting to even the most extraordinary challenges. But it's the power of collaboration that enables that. We face enormous challenges, we know that, but it's our power to collaborate and challenge each other to make sure that we're not sitting in a bubble of self-delusion, that we are challenging ourselves to do more and learn and encourage each other wherever you are on the journey towards the impact destination that we are talking about and believe so passionately in. That's the power of this network, and we thank you because it's about you. Chris is right, it's ultimately about you and the work that you do in your countries and our ability to support you effectively. So thank you. And as the beautiful dance closed, vamos juntos, let's go together. Thank you.